Ladies and gentlemen, we're here after a huge, within the context of the season and the context of this current circumstances, we win in Perth. Big result. We knew the Dockers were going to come out with all guns blazing. We withstood it. They had many opportunities. They certainly, obviously, had a lot more opportunity going inside 50, but I think that the way they went in, it played into our defense's favour. So now we're here, sipping my coffee. So I just want to apologise in advance to my employer tomorrow. I will not be operating at full functionality as the post-game show must take priority. So, if, ladies and gentlemen, you want to join the post-game show, we will go paste, and there is the link. Welcome, everyone. I can see that the chat is up and about. The chat is up and about. Benny's up and about. Brendan's up and about. Rupert's there. Tony's there. We're all here. Mickey's here. Huge. This has to be some sort of record. Yeah, that 34 inside 50s and 22 scoring shots is absurd. That's a very low inside 50 count. But we've just absolutely dominated with our ball use going inside 50. How good. Absolutely dominated with our ball use. Just the contrast was we were able to break free. Forward half turnovers were of course important, and then also the ability to string good sequences from defensive half to forward 50. And they couldn't defend it. How many opportunities did Jamie Elliott have out the back? Bobby Hill. The difference with Fremantle was they moved the ball, but the ball went in slowly, and they had a lot of clearance dominance. But when you are getting your inside 50s through a large portion of your centre clearance dominance, the team's still set up, relatively speaking. So, Benny's in again. What a legend, mate. Superstar. Another 5 Pies footy gift memberships. What do you say? He said if Cox kicked 3, I would have given 5 memberships, but Jamie Elliott kicked 6. So that will pass. Thanks, mate. Superstar. Appreciate it, mate. Appreciate it. All right, let's get into the show. Let's jump into the channel. Okay. Allow. Bang. Let's go.
Bobby missed one.
Hello there.
Hello there, you on?
Yeah, we're on now, mate. Slow down.
Hello. All right, everyone else stay quiet in the background and we'll get off one by one.
Yeah, mute yourself if you're not talking, please.
Hey, there. What a gutsy win there. What a gutsy win. That's what you call gutsy, mate.
Yeah,
Fuck, I feel proud till I got emotional at the end, mate. I got emotional. That's gutsy, mate. Pure Collingwood footy there. The running man, Crisp. Look at Crispy, the running man.
Big, big balls. Big balls.
They come out and perform this week. What about the Donis there? Zeus, Cameron, Darcy Cameron there, taking towering marks. Right, intercept marks everywhere. What about Jamie there? What a gun there. Achilles, mate. See him? Like Achilles, the warrior. He nearly banked in 7 goals. What a win there. Gutsy win, mate. Gutsy.
Hey, I'm going to need you to G up a little bit, Manny.
I'm G'd up to the brim, mate. What a win there. What about Long there, the bull there, in the middle of the pack today? They couldn't get him down. What a win there. That's a character building win. Mate, even when Schultz went down, mate, I got emotional, mate. When he was in the bad state, I got emotional because he's the one that got us into the game in the first quarter. I don't know if you noticed, we were playing like shit, right? And Schultz willed himself, mate, and he got the boys up.
Mate, it was hard to watch, wasn't it? Because he doesn't deserve that. I mean, wow.
Yeah, well, that's why the boys love him, mate, because he puts his body on the line, mate.
Big balls, big balls.
As soon as we missed those 3 goals in the third quarter, right, I started getting flashbacks from last week, right? Membry missed one from 15 metres out. Bobby Hill missed one from that turnover, right? And Sullivan dropped. Sullivan couldn't pick up the ball in the centre square. Right, we could have been up 40 points. As soon as they missed those 3 goals, right, we left the door open. I said, "Oh no, here we go." And the boys stuck fat, mate. Full blown character, mate. Character.
Mate, I have to say, I have to say, there's really, when it comes down to the bottom line and the final siren, you'd be hard pressed to find some players that were underwhelming. It'd be very hard, very hard.
I'll tell you. Dan Houston.
Okay.
He's got a lift.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Dan Houston, underwhelming.
Fair enough.
Yep. Lipinski again.
Come on, Astere.
Yeah. Lipinski again, underwhelming. Quaynor, a little bit better, but still, right, more potential. Josh Akos had a quiet game.
Oi. Josh, no, watch. No, Manny, do me a favor. I know you love to watch the game back. When you watch the game back, watch Josh Akos and then we'll talk.
Yeah, no, but a couple fumbles in the first quarter.
Them Brazzi.
Anyway, but Dan Houston, Hal was losing a couple contests, one-on-one contests on the wing.
I didn't say anything.
Thinking about you.
I didn't say anything, bro.
Yeah, I know, but you see, hey, he was losing. He's lost. Don't do one-on-one this week because you can see. He lost 3-4. He lost 3-4 one-on-one.
Yeah, I know. As soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh, Manny's gonna get me with this one."
Anthony's cursing.
Bro, my Discord was already blowing up, bro. I had 6 missed calls after Jeremy Howe lost his third one-on-one.
It was on the wing. In defense, he was killer.
I know.
In defense, he was killer.
Yeah.
Darcy Moore played good. He was punching the ball out this week. See, he got spoken to, mate.
Yeah. We gave Fly a good word.
Whichever Collingwood supporter, right? He's not fucking proud, mate, like a father of this club tonight, mate. There's something wrong with you, mate. How fucking gutsy was that win, mate? Poor. But hey, what's one of the best wins I've seen, mate? After 5-day break, resting players, even getting right to rest side bottom at the end for I don't know how long it was, 40 minutes.
Yeah, like a quarter and a bit, or a quarter.
Yeah, 40 minutes.
Yep.
Ella, what did you think? You told me.
Mate, after that, I'm telling you, and if you watch this channel, since mid-year last year, I've been saying Jack Crisp...
I'm one of the originals there.
Hello there. Yeah, listen then. Let me see if you remember. Let me test your memory, bro. Last year, after Jack Crisp had his run in the middle, I said he sacrifices his role to play on the wing. He's a midfielder.
Yeah. You said a couple of days ago as well.
He's a midfielder, bro.
Yeah, no, but the problem is you can't fit them all in at the same time.
I think you can't ignore that, man. 2 goals, like just led like a king.
Yeah, the running man. I call him the running man.
Like, so we're gonna talk about this during the week, Manny. So do your research because we're gonna figure out when DeGo is fit, Pendlebury's fit, mate. By the way. I know Greatness has already highlighted it, and he's in the Discord server at the moment. Is Bo McCreary when he attends the midfield for the centre bounce, he gives us a different look. So we need to find more ways to get these players like Crisp and McCreary into the midfield rotation.
Yeah, that's what they say. When there's injuries or people getting rested, it gives opportunity, right?
Yeah.
But the problem is. They can still do that, bro. They can still keep throwing Crispy in, right? They can still keep throwing Bo in. He breaks them up. He breaks their cycle up, right? And it gets them into the game. So when they move back into the forward line, right, they're more alert. You know what I mean? They've sparked up. But the first quarter when they banged 3 goals on us, I'm sitting there and I'm going to myself, oh my God, this is gonna be a smashing.
Yeah. Hey, Israeli, I see you in the chat. I see you. Chill. Call. He wants Lip. He's saying Lipper needs to be dropped. Q needs to be dropped. Just chill, man. We had a good win. Celebrate it. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
They played their role there. Ed Allen tried hard.
Yeah.
Ed Allen tried hard. The poor kid. He tried hard. Right. He needs more game time, but he tried hard, mate. The kid. You got to give him credit. He tried, mate. You know what I mean?
Guys, and Manny, I'll give you a couple seconds to think. So be sharp, yeah. Give me your 3-2-1 tonight. 3-2-1.
3-2-1. 3-2-1. It's got to be number one's got to be three's got to be. I want to do from the top down.
Yes.
Number
okay.
one's got to be Jamie Elliott.
Okay.
Right.
Like three
Number two's
as
gotta
in 3 votes. Sorry.
Oh, 3 votes. Yeah, 3 votes Jamie Elliott. Right. 2 votes Crispy, and 3 votes Darcy Cameron.
Hold on. So say it again. 3-2-1. 3 is in the most, the best.
3 votes Jamie.
Yep.
6 goals.
Yep.
Could have had 7, and some absolute bombs today from the junction. Did you see
From the junction. From Thomastown, bro. From Thomastown.
Yeah, from Thomastown today, Oriental style.
That's
that
it.
moustache is twirling, huh? I'm sure your moustache was twirling. Your moustache started twirling. 7-2, buddy. Hey, yeah, so Jamie Elliott 3. We're giving Darcy Cameron, we're giving Crispy 2, right? And we're giving Darcy Cameron for his intercepts, on his ruck work, right? 1 vote.
Yep. Fair. I'd say my 3-2-1, Jack Crisp, Jamie Elliott 2, DC 1. Look, look, you could flip the coin. Look, if you ask me who gets the Brownlow votes, I think Jack Crisp gets the Brownlow votes. Like maybe if I reassess, you could definitely, like, Jamie Elliott could definitely get the 3 votes for sure. I'm not even going to contest that. If I could give them both 3 votes, I would. 2, like I said, would be Jamie Elliott, and then 3 Jack Crisp. 1, you know, mate, that 1 vote you could give it to anyone. You could give it to DC. You could give it to Bo McCreary.
Give it to heaps of them. You
Bobby, mate, did he not look levels above everyone when it came to cleanliness around the contest?
Oh, yeah. He could have 3 goals. How many goals did he kick? 2?
Nah, he had 3, didn't he?
No, because he missed one right in front. Remember, he intercepted it?
Yeah, don't worry, bro. He played like he kicked 5 goals. That's how it felt.
What a win today. Anyway, let the others get on and say their piece. But, mate, hey, that's what you call a gutsy win today. Gutsy, mate.
Hey.
Nothing but character, mate. What a win today. Let's go there.
Hello there.
Yassel, bro.
See you, bro.
Yassel, bro.
Yassel. Manny's not going to sleep. Manny's not going to sleep tonight. Mickles.
Mate!
Yo.
How good is that win?
Mate, backs against the wall in Perth, 5-day break. What more can you ask for?
Okay, let me hype this up a little bit. We had the media saying, oh no, 4 players are out. For, Collingwood, you have 4 of the veterans out. They think that Collingwood is taking Freo too lightly, even though Freo have like 1 out who's Hayden Young. You expect Freo to fight back. Some people thought Freo will win this game. And I thought to myself, no. We have to win this game. I don't care what the narrative is, mate. We have to go back to the top. There's no way. And exactly that happens. The boys stayed. Man. The boys stayed. Freo is now Optus Stadium is now like our 4th home ground.
We love interstate travel. We love it.
We love it. Fuck it. Give it to us.
Fuck it. We may as well just train in Perth and then we'll just go to where we'll travel to the G. We'll see what it's like to train in Western Australia and then travel to other states to play footy. It can't be that hard. Can't be that hard.
We get the night games. Don't get the afternoon games because it will get hot there.
Yeah. Dees says we don't travel until round 18. We're about to go on an insane run.
We are. And I think this is building up to something huge. Let me just start off by saying, everyone as a unit played amazing. Everyone as a unit.
Yep. Well, Mickles, we've been to Perth now. We've been to Adelaide. Yes. We've been to Sydney, haven't we?
Yeah.
And
no, not yet.
Oh, that was in Adelaide.
Adelaide.
Yeah. And we also went to Queensland.
Yes, the Gabba. Gabba's off.
The
That's our
Gabbatoir.
second home ground, mate.
What else you got? What else you got for me, brother?
Oh, I think that's it as far as the home grounds go. I mean, MCG is MCG, but that's the standard.
That's it. Too good.
Yeah, for now.
Too good. Lockie Schultz.
Look, I'll be honest. I told Manny, before you came on, hopped on. We talked about when Schultz, when we saw Schultz come off, I started crying. I'm not joking. When I saw Schultz coming off, the guy, I told you from even the start and the beginning of the, maybe not opening round, but maybe round one, this guy sacrifices himself. He will run through a cement wall for us. He will run through a brick wall for us. This guy sacrifices his body to get the most, contested marks, the hardest of marks, and he'll do what it takes. And sometimes if it's not a mark, he'll just boot the ball out just so that we get the advantage inside 50. And that's exactly what he did.
3 goal assists as well.
3 goals, assists. It might not sound as much, but it was huge. Considering this was a 14-point or 15-point, win. I don't remember exactly, but the point is, it was a double-digit win. It wasn't too far off. Still, Freo still could have come back. But we didn't collapse under that pressure. How good was that Lucky Sullivan also mark that he clutched in? I kept saying, Lucky Sullivan is great. He's not the best player. Of course not. He's maybe not even top 20, 23 players to be automatic starters. But he is at least a sub. That's what I've been saying before. And at first I've been told, people were like, oh, you're ridiculous, Mikkels. And I said, we'll watch. We'll see the game. He hasn't played the best of footy, of course. He's missed a goal. But he's held in clutch moments in this game.
Well,
it was important.
I remember Manny yesterday or the day before. He said, "Who are you taking right now? Who are you taking?" He said DeGoey or Ed Allen. I said not Ed Allen. Are you taking DeGoey or Lockie Sullivan? I said based on where DeGoey is right now and what we need DeGoey to do, I actually opted for Lockie Sullivan in my opinion, just for right now. And I think what he did tonight proves that Lockie Sullivan is currently fit to what?
At least be a sub.
He's fit to perform.
Fit to perform, yeah. Definitely. At least as for the first grade. I don't think he's really a VFL player. Maybe if you want to keep him in form, you could keep him playing in the VFL league. But he's definitely an AFL level player. And I've been laughed at by, some of the people from other supporters like AFL, like some of my Geelong supporter roommates have been kind of laughed at. Like, what do you mean Lucky Sullivan? I mean, I've been right so far with Bailey Smith, being a big gun for Geelong. And at first I was laughed at as well for that. But then he turned out huge for Geelong. And, Lucky Sullivan is almost kind of like that. He's almost like the Bailey Smith for us.
Yeah.
And he could be as long as he continues to improve.
Nicholas Allen, thank you for joining the Champai membership, mate. He's a long-time viewer on the channel and is a frequent guest on the post-game show as well. So I appreciate your support, Nicholas. Love that.
Well done, mate.
Yeah, so that's it. That's it, huh?
Yeah, that's it. We sealed it. On to the next one, Adelaide.
It doesn't get any easier, my friend.
Of course it doesn't, but we got to get the job done no matter what it takes.
Yep. All right, Mick, I got to keep it rolling.
All right, everyone else got to go up now.
Yes, sir.
Come Collingwood!
Let's go. I need that energy. Who was next? I think it was Mick and then Greatness. Mick Ali.
Power.
Feels good, huh?
Feels good, man. Just 1 second. I just got to put roaming Brian volume down.
Tell him to scassa. Figure.
Yeah. I know. What can I say, man? Very proud of that win. That was one of those bank the points win, but the effort was was there as well. Like it's not like we got lucky or anything. Interesting point is we every important statistic we lost in that game. Yeah, everything like inside 50s, marks, kicks, the work, you name it. Freo had us on everything, and we still won. Relatively comfortably. Yeah.
Well, Mick,
So
besides the score,
Mm.
what type of year, what type of season performance did that remind you of?
What? Like 23. Yeah.
Yep.
It was like like one of our premiership year wins. Real gutsy effort, and the opposition just threw everything they had at us with 2 days extra rest. Most of their team in. We had players resting. So this is when we look back at the end of the year, whether we win the flag or not, we'll look back at this win. It'll be a pivotal win. I reckon the playing group, they'll be like absolutely stoked, and all the coaching panel and everyone.
Yep, for sure.
Fucking Jamie, man. Mate, he's kicked a bag of 5 and now a bag of 6 this year. It's only round 9. Mate, even when in his glory days, before all the injuries started hampering him, I don't think he put in a 5 and a 6 in the same year. So that's
big returns.
That's pretty
big
impressive.
returns.
Yeah.
Give me one sec. Sorry, Mick. Just one. Sorry, Mick. Sorry to interrupt. Just give me 1 second. Kynan with the 5 donations for the gift memberships, my man, as he comes into the Discord flexing. Appreciate it, brother. That's another 5 members, so that's very nice. And then also Emmanuel Yasul File, $2 donation. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, awesome guys. I really appreciate it. I don't really know what else to say. What did you say, Bo McCreary? And then you were about to say something.
Yeah, just Bo McCreary. He really stepped up in that last quarter. Some big plays there, the tackle, and like he was just great when we won the ball back, and really important pieces of play there. Now he didn't get the possessions, or he didn't hit the scoreboard, but that's he's got to be commended. And throughout the week, he was copping a lot of criticism. So hopefully that can spur him onto better things. Who else? Crispy had an absolute fucking monster of a game.
What do you do with him? What do you do with him? What do you do with him?
What do we do with who?
Jack Crisp. Moving forward.
Moving forward, keep him in. He's different. I wouldn't even put him in the same category as all the other oldies, that need rests and that. Yeah, he's different. He's a machine, mate. As long as his form holds up, he can play another 3-4 years. No worries.
But where do you keep him?
Touch and go.
Where do you keep him on the field?
Position wise, you just keep it as it is, mate.
In the midfield? Because that's where he played today.
Yeah, we centre square, off half back, wherever we need him, man. He's very reliable. Who else we got, man? Bobby Hill kicked 3. Shooter, take a bow, man.
Wow.
And
Soldier.
Did you have this same feeling? Did you have this feeling when Membry and Hill missed those shots in the third quarter? I wrote it down and I thought, you know what? This is exactly what fucking Sidey and Checkers did last week. They missed those easy shots, and the other team came back and won. Won. And I thought, here we go again, missing easy shots. We're going to let them back in. it was a frantic game, wasn't it? It was just full on.
Yeah.
It's one of those. After a win, I usually enjoy watching the replay of the match. This one, I don't think I want to watch it again. Even though we won, it's a happy ending, but I don't want to rewatch this one. It was really frantic and messy, but we executed so well, man. We stuck to the game plan. The defense was fucking, mate. They were bombarded, mate, and they did very well. Frampton, mate. You
Unbelievable.
gotta raise a glass for Big Billy Boy, mate.
I'm just currently
You
putting
were,
together an apology form.
you gotta, mate.
I'll be on top of the
Mate.
list.
As long as he's the main guy, looking after the big gorilla, and Darcy and Howie can do their thing, we'll be right, mate.
We'll be right.
When Sidey got subbed, don't tell me he's injured, but that was just a tactical sub, yeah, just to rest him. I'm pretty sure that was the case.
Yeah. Can you believe, Mick, we won the game with Sidebottom missing for over a quarter, Nick Dacos largely missing for the course of the game, no Pendlebury, no Myercheck, no Maynard, no DeGoey, no Mick Stay, and no Lockie Schultz for a quarter as well.
Yeah.
Tell me that isn't going to go down as one of the most gutsiest wins after a 5-day break in Perth.
Oh yeah, and it's not like it was like a 1-point win. We won by we had a nice margin of 2-3 goals there. Yeah, so it's not like we were lucky to win or anything like that. Yeah, it was a methodical, strategic win with the personnel that we had. It was just and you could tell on Fly. I don't know if you saw the footage near the end with about 20 seconds to go. Fly was like getting congratulated by some of the other personnel there, and he had like a really content look on his face. It's kind of like, you know what, the plan has worked. I planned to rest these players, and we stuck to our plan, and it came to fruition.
100%.
And yeah, as Manny was saying earlier, mate, not one Collingwood supporter should not be proud about that performance. We can nitpick some things, but we shouldn't. Yeah, this is not the game to nitpick because
Absolutely
we've
not.
had the 5-day break. I can start going nuts over Lipinski, but I'm not, because he's had a 5-day break, and all right, he didn't set the world on fire today, but we just had to bank the win, and we banked it, and we did it playing our way with personnel missing, and it's very good. Let's not rest on our laurels. Adelaide, even though it's in Melbourne, they're up and about, But we should have some fresh faces back in, and if we maintain that game plan, mate.
Yep.
We're looking really good, man.
Jamie Elliott, third on the Coleman medal list right now.
Oh, is he? Far out, yeah. That's his, mate. What a year. Mate, I thought he was finished 4 or 5 years ago. I remember thinking, this guy's finished, mate. How many injuries can he cop? Even last year, mate, when he copped that foot injury. That's amazing, man. He's going to have arthritis when he retires, but still, man, he's got that forward craft that he has. It's like, it's been described as like kids from the country have that like short kids from the country. They have that. They have good forward. They play like talls, yeah, and that's how they're brought up. They got that great forward craft, and he's still taking, good marks. His positioning is just, elite, and yeah. Membry didn't kick a goal. He had a couple of moments there, but he did his job, mate. Without Checkers and McStay in that forward line, that's a big gap to fill, and we did all right, And the Mason Cox winning percentage is back up there too. But we'll see. It'll be interesting if he plays next week. But for the moment, let's just savor this win, man. It's very satisfying.
No, we're 100%. I think we're all here to enjoy it. We know the magnitude of it, the context of it. Like you said, there's no point weighing ourselves down on subpar performances tonight because of the context. Let's just fucking enjoy it. 7-2.
Yeah.
Words can't explain.
7-2, and as I pointed out to one of our best mates, a current supporter, I'm like, we're 7-2. All right, all the clubs around us at that high part of the ladder have all played North. They've all played at least one or two of North, West Coast, and Richmond. We haven't even played any of the bottom three, and we're on top, and with a good percentage. So.
We get Melbourne twice.
I hate it when,
we get Melbourne twice. We still got to play Richmond, West Coast, and North.
Yeah. It's and the good thing is when we get to play those dud teams again, we can start we can rest a few of the oldies again and get us primed for September. So it is a very content feeling at the moment, and it's a really nice feeling. Yeah.
Look, I'm not counting my chickens.
All right.
I'm not counting my chickens. I might be, but I might not be.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But we're traveling well, man.
Good stuff.
But anyway, I can see on the Discord thing there's like about 100 people waiting, so I don't want to keep you too long.
All right.
But
Thank you. All right, Mick Ali. I'll see you next time. Thanks for sticking around, mate.
Catch your pal.
Yeah.
See ya.
All right, so just heads up for anyone in the Discord, just make sure you're on mute as well, please, if you're not on the stage. Greatness.
Hello, am I on?
Very, very well. Very well. What have you got for me?
At the end of the day, at the end of the night, it was just a fantastic win. One of the probably best points out of tonight was obviously, I've obviously heard there's been a lot of talk about 2023 and just the ways that we played our games in 23, and I don't know if you sort of felt this as well, but when it came to the game tonight, I sort of felt that we played the games in the same way, in the sense that we got to about, I want to say, that 20-point margin. And that's when we sort of played let's play a bit of defense. Let's sort of tread water a little bit. Where when we did that, it would only be to when we would be in the single figures in terms of being 6 points or less, or maybe 7-8 points sort of thing. Where at least tonight, it sort of felt like we were very comfortable around that 20-point sort of margin. And obviously, if we ended up kicking a goal late, and at least at the end of the day, if you're going to be training for that, at least train for that with as many. There's probably a poor term for it, but obviously the safety harness. Like, if you can have a safety harness around your training simulation, even though obviously it's a game, but to have some safety procedures in place, and to have that lead that we had, I thought that was I found that to be very I found that to be very evident, that we're now obviously being in front by say 20 points, and then we're still doing the same things that we did last year. But if a team does sort of kick those few goals, we're still in front. Like, we're not, if a team kicks a goal, we're obviously having to trail and then get that goal back, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I think you illustrated it pretty well. There's shades of 2023, but we're also, for the most part, barring Geelong, we're able to respond when they kick, and we're managing to hold a good lead late in the games, and that's probably something we weren't accustomed to over the last 3 years, really.
Yeah, because it was one of those things where we just got comfortable. it was sort of like food for comfort where yeah, it get into the single figures, and and I feel like the players have even like admitted it to a point as well too, where when it became single figures, like they were more comfortable of a game being in the single figures than it being 30 plus.
Yep.
So for them to be in a position where the game was because it was around that 20 mark. 'Cause I had a good focus on it because I was just really it was just something I took note of very specifically because I'm like, hang on, we're playing exactly the way that we did in single figures, but we're up by 20 points.
Yep.
So I just thought, obviously, that's a massive change from all the previous years, but yeah, it's still the same thing. But instead of being, up by 3, 4 points, we're up by 20. So I think you can probably also use it as um, you know, a situation where you can gain experience for future weeks going into finals and you can have experience in the close games and I think that's yeah, I think you kind of you sort of killing two birds with one stone in a sense where you're getting that experience because you can tell because at the end of the day, if I can always tell the players, hey, we're down by a goal. Oh, sorry, we're up by a goal, but the scoreboard says 3, 4 goals or whatever. It's just putting the players in that mindset and to be in that 20 sort of point range, you're still getting everything done. It's just you're not jeopardizing the win as much as you were before, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. So I think a really a nice saying that's come into vogue this year is you don't have to kick first, you just have to kick next. And that's what good teams do to respond in the heat of the moment. We did that every time tonight. Greatness, Tribal Chief asked a little bit earlier. He thought Perryman was good. I just want to get your views on Perryman and then maybe talk about your man, Bo McCreary, after.
Oh man. Well, I mean, I've sort of taken on Perryman as well too. I mean, to be fair, I've probably taken on everyone at some point. Because when you're a supporter of a club, I think you just love all the players. But I mean, I said it the second that it happened when we signed him up, and it was I don't know if it was confirmed or not, but the report saying we signed him up for 900K. Um, I looked up some of his highlights. I looked up, the way he was playing his footy. Was already a fan of him before coming to Collingwood because he was one of those unsung heroes that just don't really get talked about. And yeah, one of the things I said when we signed him was a lot of people were saying that we paid overs, and I even said from day one, I reckon we've got him for a bargain because no, I know that there's been players across the league that are probably on the same amount, but I think we've got to realize, the salary cap goes up every year. Players sign in the years that they sign because I know that there's, I believe it was Zach Merritt who signed for 900K, which is obviously the same money to what we believe that Perriman's on.
Mm.
Zach Merritt signed that like 3, 4 years ago, I believe. So, back in, I want to say it was 2015 when we signed up Chris Main and Wells. We signed them up for 500K each. And, you know, at the time, we're like, holy shit, like, what's going on here? We're signing these guys on, massive amounts of money. But, 2015 was, obviously, you know, um, 10 years ago. So to look on it now, yeah, I'd even say like a 900K now, you would look at like so say like a McStay signed for 600K. 600K back when we signed McStay wasn't the same as it is now. So I feel like, it's the same with Perriman, how he signed for 900K.
It's different with the
And
inflation
yeah,
and the collective bargaining agreement increase.
yeah, and also as well too. I mean, you also got to look at it in the sense of when you get Perriman, what do you get?
Mm-hmm.
And because he's such a Swiss Army knife, you can put him in the middle. You could even throw him on a wing if you wanted to. We've seen plenty of times he's been thrown to half back. I know at his time at the Giants, he was actually a very good forward. I can't remember how many goals he kicked one year, but he had a year where he kicked, I want to say, 20 to 30 goals, and had most weeks he'd be kicking 2 goals a game. because he had a really good patch. I can't remember what year it was. It was around, I think, 2019 or 2020, somewhere in there. Um, and yeah, like it's just yeah. At the end of the day, it's yeah. I couldn't speak highly of Perryman as well too, because one of the training sessions I saw early on. Um, and I think as well, because I've done it like for a little bit now, given this year's probably the least amount of times I've attended the training sessions, you sort of get a feel for it. Like I remember last year even seeing Bill Parker for the first time when he had when we signed him up to the category B rookie. And I think I saw him for the first 10 seconds and I saw him do that side bottom sort of sweeping roll as he was like training around doing a drill, and it was around the halfback sort of area on the field, and he sort of does that side bottom sort of sweep, and I'm like, my God, we've basically got not a side bottom because like it's going to take a while for him to get there, but just if we can get a guy that's just a bit below a side bottom in terms of ability, then my God, we've definitely got a player on our hands. And yeah, I just felt like with Perriman, like he's obviously another one where just yeah, off the bat, it's like you only need like 10, 20 seconds just to see them. And sometimes you just know. And yeah, Perriman is just that guy, just that real team orientated guy. Um, and yeah, at the same time, it's like you can go out and be amazing in one position, but what is the value when you can be really good in say 3, 4 positions? Does that mean that you should get paid more for that? I mean, at the end of the day, that's where the contract negotiations come into play in terms of how much a player gets paid and things like that. So I was never really stressed about the money and stuff because it is a thing of, you have your Tom Mitchells go down with injury, unfortunately, and you have Reef go down. I know he's not going to. I know Perriman's not a key defender, but you have that Swiss Army knife player where he can go everywhere. So what value do you put to that? Where and as we know, one of the sayings the fly loves to do is he loves to move the magnets around. So um, yeah, you just got to look at the value, and then at the end of the day, what price do you put that value on? And I just, yeah, I know there's been a lot of talk around the contract that I've just like mentioned and stuff, but just to quickly answer the question, I highly rate Perriman, and I honestly think that he couldn't have done much more in terms of when he came over because what he's doing is actually amazing. And I think the other thing too is that we haven't even gotten to finals yet too. So once we get probably I don't know what's it, about 6 to 8 weeks before finals, that's when everyone will start their drive to get their form together, and when we start to genuinely build a solid foundation of form. I think until we get to that block of footy, that's when we'll truly know, and that's across the board because at the end of the day, and I feel like I've said this for years and years and years. This AFL season, um, it basically becomes a marathon and on a sprint. Every team has their bad patch of form. I mean, technically, we haven't really had ours yet. I mean, you could, like, yeah, obviously the Geelong game wasn't great, but every team goes through a patch where they lose like a couple games here and there. But um, yeah, but at the end of the day, like every club does it, and to expect massive wins across the board, yeah, you do have to treat it like a marathon. So as long as we get to the pointy end, it doesn't matter where you are at the start of the season, middle of the season. It's just a matter of you get to the last, like say, 6 rounds of the year, build up your form, get some momentum going into finals, and yeah, then you give yourself every chance to obviously win it. But yeah, in saying that, yeah, I don't think we could have done much better being in this position right now
Mm,
because yeah, the position we've got ourselves in is pretty damn good.
that's it. No, that's good stuff, greatness. Mate, I appreciate you jumping on. A very elaborate summary of the game and where we've come from since the off-season last year. So I always appreciate your input, man.
Yeah. Also, though, just real quick, I will
Yeah.
say because I know you mentioned about the Bow thing as well too. Can we please just get Bow in the midfield more? I've been a broken record about this for years. I feel like the first year we drafted him, and again going back to training sessions and seeing people for the first time, and you see his line breaking speed, and I've sort of questioned early on about his position and stuff, but you can always learn that at training. You can always develop that in time. But God, I've been saying since day one, this dude is literally a Dane Swan like type of player. So I don't know if Fly listens to this, but my God, Fly, if you ever hear this, please get him in that midfield. Because even if it's part time, just
Don't worry.
I'll take any crumb.
Don't worry. We'll be asking the question during the week. All right, greatness.
All right, awesome.
Take care, mate. Thank you.
All right, see ya.
See ya. I just have to say, Giga Chad, that comment, that is comment of the evening. Giga Chad says, Elliot better start learning to speak all Australian. I love it. He also said, 15 goals from 34 inside 50s is unreal. It's absurd. If you want to be a top side, you need to be kicking a goal once every 4 times you enter your forward 50. We kicked a goal nearly 1 in 2 times. 1 in 2 attempts. That is, yeah. Astronomical. Like, you're not going to see that very often in a game of AFL footy, especially with how small the portion of inside 50s we had tonight. All right, next up we have Kev.
Hey, mate. How are we?
Very good. How are you, mate?
I'm very good.
That's good. That's good. How are you feeling about the game?
Excited, over the moon. Felt like in that third quarter that we stopped running a little bit. The way that Fremantle came hard at us. But we kicked a couple of goals, got in front, and then in that last quarter when Freo came hard, when we kicked the 1 or 2 goals, we were able to respond. And yeah, that was one of the best wins that I've seen us play for a while. It's purely based on fact is the 5-day break. Freo started well. We got momentum back. We dominated parts in that first quarter. Second quarter, we absolutely pants Freo. Third quarter, we dominated for a bit, but Freo couldn't put on the scoreboard when they had the opportunities. And yeah, our ball movement was great when we actually played our brand of footy. So yeah, I'm very happy with the win, to be honest with you. And I want to say, Lockie Schultz, good luck, mate. I hope you're feeling okay. That was pretty bad collision, but we all should get behind Lockie and hopefully that he has a good recovery.
Yeah, it was brutal, mate. Absolutely brutal. He'll probably get the week. He will get the week off. I'm wondering if he gets 2. It's unfortunate because he would have been in my 3-2-1 had he played the entirety of the game. But yeah, unfortunately, the concussion, man, it's a brutal game.
I think he'll be in my votes, but yeah, I think purely based on his pressure and his ability to tackle, get the footy himself and deliver inside 50, I think it's superb as well. And he actually set us up, especially in that first quarter when we were coming and when we were under a lot of pressure as well. So it's good to see that he actually did that. And yeah, definitely he will be missed. But to be honest, I think Fly is a mastermind. Resting 4 players, except for Mychek was out injured, but would have been managed anyway. And it felt like, to be honest with you, it felt like that it was a genius move because you don't want to come in not managing your players at this time of the year, considering that you're coming off a 5-day break, and then you're going into a 7-8 day break after that against the Crows. So
yeah,
you better off resting players now, and that way you can manage the minutes if you need to as well. And yeah, it's a very smart move. It either could have gone one or two ways. It's either it's a genius move, or had we lost, probably people would still be questioning that. But I personally think it was smart just to
Yep.
rest players up now. 7-2.
Yeah. Give me a sec. Ace. Never seen you in this chat before. You want to talk like that? You can fuck off. Like, you're not needed here. All right, as you were. Hey, so give me your 3, 2, 1, Kev.
Number one, I think Jamie Elliott. What a performance, mate. He played bloody well, to be honest with you. I thought he played the best brand of footy that I ever seen. And number two, what can I say? Rocky Schultz, I thought his game was good in the way that he was able to tackle, pressure, and all the rest. And number three, Bobby Hill. Far out, man. That I know he missed that goal, but for him to read where Alex Pearce was either going to mark it to come in and intercept it, I thought that was brilliant. Even though he should have kicked it and whatnot, but yeah, I personally think that was a really good performance as well from us, and yeah, I thought he played really well today. So.
Yep. Can't complain, mate. Can't complain. A good win. We get a nice little break going into the game against Adelaide. So happy days, right?
Yep. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Definitely can't wait.
All right, Kev. We'll keep it rolling. We're getting just a little past midnight now, so I appreciate you sticking around and jumping on.
No, all good, mate. I'm glad to be on.
All right, love you, mate.
It really does. Go Pies!
Go Pies. Boomer.
Oh, it's me.
It's
okay.
you. It's you, brother.
I'm on. All right. Well, firstly, I remember earlier we were talking about the time of the game, and you know, you give your best players a 3-2-1. Well, I reckon what I'm going to do is give the worst and the best. The worst I'm going to give the AFL because of these Thursday games. I reckon Freo and West Coast, being 2 hours behind, should only ever play Saturdays because for them to start the game, it was 6:10 over there, and everyone has to speed to get to the place, and they miss half the game. So I think Thursday and Friday nights aren't a good idea for Perth. And that's just my sort of call on how shit the AFL are. But on the really good call, I looked at the score line at half time, I think it was, or just before. We were 11-3. 11 goals, 3 points. Like, that's 4-1. We were kicking 4 goals for every point. And then when you look at 4 main players coming out, like, we should not have won that game by 22 points so convincingly. It should have been a scrappy, close game. What the fuck happened? How did we play so well?
Good sides do that, mate. Hate to inform you.
Yes, but I mean, missing Pendles and Bros and Grunt, you know what I mean? Then Bo, he had some. I was confident we were going to win, but only by a few. I didn't have us down for 22, so we obviously learned a bit on it. So overall, though, I've got to say that Lockie Schultz, the shooter hit was real bad. I hate to dwell on it like everyone has, but while the guy puts in. But the other one I'm going to say, and this is really, I'll say it now. I'm sorry to sound like a whinger because I don't like people who whinge about our team. But when Darcy Moore gave away that free kick because he slipped over and then got tackled for holding the ball, the way he just kind of stood there like a fucking little, we'll put it this way, his old man was the opposite. When his old man played, he was a real clean, good player. And when there was a kick against him, he just got up and never sort of sat there like a shrug his shoulders or anything. And I don't know, Darcy, that sort of body English, the way he just stood there and that gave away a goal. And the way the guy, he should have at least, well, okay, I've given away a kick, but he kind of at least could have put his hands up on the mark instead of staring at the umpire with a foul look on his face. Like, we'll see that, Darcy, but I just think that's not really necessary. But didn't Crisp turn on a beauty? Like, they hassled the fuck out of Dacos. I think Dacos wore out the whole team. They hassled Dacos, and then Crisp manages to be the whack-a-mole that popped up, and he got, 29, I think. Is that right, Jack Crisp?
Jack Crisp got 29, 6 tackles, 6 clearances, 2 goals, 1 goal assist.
Right. And that's the stuff you'd expect Nick Dacos to get. So it's like, the whole team was so busy trying to harass Dacos, they forgot there's a guy called Jack Crisp who's got 200 odd games under his belt. So, it's
Hey,
not
talk
cool,
about
isn't
talk
it, the way
about
we just keep doing it?
vindication for Jack Crisp after last week as well. Like in my eyes, I thought Jack Crisp was relatively poor last week before the shot on goal after the siren. He just completely vindicated himself tonight.
Didn't he? But then don't all these new players do that? The way we all came in and look, IQ didn't do much, but he did enough. Billy Frampton didn't do a hell of a lot, but he did enough. You know, like when I saw them, what I saw was good. We didn't see the big claggers like Lipper turning it over. A few turnovers, but they turned over more than we did. So I think it was just kind of amazing to watch the game. Like when you got 4 young guys coming in to play, Lockie Sullivan, he was pretty serviceable, I thought. Darcy Cameron was rock solid as usual. So I'm thinking it's a masterstroke from our players and coaching staff right now. They're resting. Except for the timing of Sidey as a sub.
Yeah,
It was about a minute later,
rough.
Lockie came off. So we effectively lost 2 good experienced players in the space of a couple of minutes. So that should have really knocked us out. And the 5-day break and all that bullshit. Oh, we're like, what do we got now? A bye, is there? Have we got a bye coming up or a big break?
We've got an 8-day break going into Adelaide. Boomer, I love your work. I think you said
Yep.
Billy Frampton played okay.
Yeah, I thought so.
He led the game for intercept possessions tonight. 2 contested marks as well.
Hey,
Come on, give him his flowers.
well. Oh, all right. Well, no, okay. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I've always liked him. I've never disliked
I've always
Billy
liked
Frampton.
him.
I've always thought he's got the heart. I've never thrown him out. I thought he got thrown around too much. He needs to stay.
Mate,
Don't you remember 2 weeks ago?
Mate,
I was
is
saying
it-
Billy
is it-
just needs to stay where he is.
he's in the side of your street out with the bathwater, mate, by the gutter.
With me? No, that's not true. Mistaken identity there.
Yeah, I'm just fucking with you. You're all right.
No, I've never ever said bad shit about Frampton. I remember the others saying it because I've got receipts. But I mean, really, you know, when everyone was throwing steel sidebot about last year, I was the same too. But no, I've never hated Billy Frampton. Like, it's a tricky job because if you get it wrong, it gives away a goal. If you're JD Elliott and you get it wrong, it just gives away a goal. But it's one of ours. We don't notice it. Yeah.
So Boomer, my question to you is, after watching this game and after our conversations over the last few days, why did Freo fail to or struggle to score from their inside 50 domination, and why were Collingwood able to be so efficient going back the other way?
I don't know. I seriously can't work this out. They got it in their 50, 20 times more?
Yeah.
So it must have been the run-on forward game suits us because our players were down in their forward line more often. So they couldn't get a free run at it and kick it, but we could when we got it out. I don't know. I'm amazed. This is Fly as a master coach.
I can try and make some sense of it to you, if you like.
Do it.
So, firstly, we'll start with Fremantle. A lot of their dominance going inside 50 came from their clearance work, particularly in the centre. From the centre clearance, the team is set up. Yes, the team is. There's no vulnerabilities from a centre clearance besides the fact that it's 6-on-6. So when you got Billy Frampton, who's a back shoulder defender, Darcy Moore intercept, Jeremy Howe, it's still not the worst position to be in. Secondly, when Fremantle moved the ball from their back end to our forward half, they weren't super quick, which gave us a chance to once again set up from behind. And then I'd say for Collingwood, we actually scored quite heavily from forward half turnovers, and we all know the hardest thing to defend in the game is a forward half turnover. And then also, when we did transition from our back end to their forward half, we just moved it so quickly. I mean, how many marks did we take inside our forward 50 that were just easy, uncontested marks out the back?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, but the first 15 minutes, we looked slow and like we couldn't contest a mark. You remember when they kicked 3 goals to not much? Is that right? They kicked 3, then we kicked 1, then they kicked the 4th. So it was 4 goals to 1 goal, whatever.
Yeah.
So they were outrunning us. I was thinking, is this 5-day break kicking in now? But it never did.
Yeah. Giga Chad says...
at the start of the game, it was like Geelong, where we were so slow at the start. 15. We give them a 15-minute head start, but these guys, we came back and overran them, which is the big difference. They haven't got the class of Geelong, I guess.
Yeah. And Giga Chad makes a good point. Like you said, Freo moved the ball way too slowly. I mean, it reminds me of 2023. Like they had 70 more uncontested possessions than us. They had plus 12 contested possessions. We still had 8 more marks inside 50 compared to them. So yeah, just chalk and cheese when it comes to efficiency and the way we go in.
Yeah, I think this is a game where the stats have really got to be thrown out the window because they all suggest we shouldn't have won, I think, other than the one that mattered, and that's the scoreboard. But, like, we didn't really look like – do you think we look like losing at any stage? Once we turned around, end of the first quarter, we won all quarters, did we, in this game?
I can check. Give me 1 second.
I think, well, they didn't kick a goal in the second quarter, I have a feeling.
We won the first quarter. We won the second quarter.
Yep.
We won the third quarter. And we just lost the fourth quarter by 1 point.
Oh, okay. Right. And so our eventual 20... Okay, well, fair enough. But either way, like, in fact, this is an interesting one, like what everyone says, but had we gone 6-3, just say they had won and we gone 6-3, that's kind of almost, oh no, the rest of the season, 9 games. But now 7-2, very different dynamic, isn't it? Even though it's only one game that changes it, 7-2, 6-3, one's half of the other, whereas 7-2 is nearly 4 times the amount of losses. And just that one game makes such a difference now. So now we're resting players, so we're well placed.
Keep him busy. I'm about to piss my pants. Keep him busy, mate. Do your work.
What do you mean? I'm not. How do I do that? Keep talking. Are you pissing into a jar or something like that? Okay. Well, guys. So do my work. All right. Well, let's see. He's thrown me off the deep end. I think I'm talked out. He should have had a piss before he came on. So what he's got in the chat, guys? Got anything to say about who you hated tonight, other than the AFL? In fact, what's his name? Was it Five, who injured Pendlebury this time last year in this game when Pendle's got his arm injuries through some real nasty little tactic, I think, and it wrecked his bicep or did something like that. Hey, Mickle, how are ya? I think Anthony's off having a piss. Are you there, Mickle? Mick, say hello. Speak to us. Speak to us. No, he's not going to speak.
Boomer, Boomer, you're fired. You've been sacked.
Okay. Well, I was going to wrap it up anyway and just say go Pies. And, yeah. I got no players to whinge about today, so I'll let Mickles come in to take over. So, man, I'm handing you the baton. Go well and go Pies. Speak to you next week.
See you, Boomer. See you, Boomer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are all well past our bedtime for tonight. So I think I'm going to love you all and leave you. And thank you for sticking around on this evening and another win. And we'll see you over the course of the next 7 days, 8 days leading